It is related that a woman went to the Prophet Dawud alayhi wasallam and said, "O Prophet of Allah, is your Lord an oppressor or is he just?" The Prophet replied, "Woe unto you, O woman! He is the all just, who never oppresses. What is your story?" She explained that she was a widow with 3 daughters and that she provided for them by what she would spin with her hands. She explained, "Yesterday I tied what I had spun into a red cloth to sell in the marketplace so as to provide for my children. As I was walking, a bird came and snatched the cloth from me and flew away, leaving me with nothing to sell for the provision of my children." As the woman was speaking to Dawood, someone came knocking on his door. He gave permission for them to enter and learned that there were 10 businessmen bringing with them 100 dinars each. They said, "O Prophet of Allah, give this wealth to the one that is deserving." Dawood asked them what had brought them to him with their wealth. They explained, "O Prophet of Allah, we were on a boat. The wind was very violent, and we were about to drown when a bird came and dropped a red cloth upon us. In this cloth was some yarn, and with this we were able to block the hole in the ship until the winds subsided, and we vowed that each one of us would give 100 dinars in charity. So give that amount to whomever you please." Dawood turned to the woman and said, "Your Lord does business for you in the land and in the sea. Yet you ask whether he oppresses?" He gave her the 1,000 dinars and said, "Spend this on your children." Allahu Akbar! Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fights our battles for us. You know, his help comes from where we least expect. Such a beautiful story. Do you think so too? This is quite inspiring. Allah Sariki. You know, sometimes it's, Allah comes through for us from, means that we least expect, from angles that we least expect. And then the silent battles he fights for us in the background that we don't know about. We will just wake up in the morning, all we are complaining about is the things that we have and the things that we don't have. We are not even kind. Oh, man is so ungrateful. Aye, you don't know what he was doing for you while you were sleeping. In fact, while you are going about your daily businesses, you don't know how Allah comes through for you. Some of them are hidden, you don't know. Look at the people on the ship. How Allah moved carried one thing from one place and brought it to them. No, this is beautiful. Anyways, let's go to our next read. We are going to be talking about the declining and the waning. In his book, Tammulat Fiddin wal Hayat, Reflections on Religion and Life, Imam Ghazali radiallahu anhu mentioned a story that he found to be wholly expressing the state of the Muslims. There was a rich man who had a son who was practically blind. Despite all the efforts of many doctors, his son was only able to perceive some shapes and colors. The father sat down one day with his friends and said that he had decided to give his son for the cause of Allah, and he will enter Al-Azhar, a renowned Islamic university, as soon as he memorizes the Quran. That his son will enter Al-Azhar, a renowned Islamic university, as soon as he memorizes the Quran. Soon thereafter, his son started memorizing the Quran, entered Al-Azhar under the guidance of a blind scholar, known for his skill in recitation. Indeed, as fate would have it, as each day passed, the boy's sight improved incredibly. The father was amazed and began to doubt his decision of sacrificing his son in the way of Allah. A decision he had taken based on the fact that his son was nearly blind. Subhanallah. This story illustrates the idea that we want what is best for us in this life, in this world. Quran 16 verse 62 will say, "They assign to Allah that which they dislike for themselves." Faced with the sudden change of events, the father drove the blind scholar from his home and decided to send his son to a technical school. This demonstrates the lack of importance that Muslims give to the quality of the individual who studies in the path of Allah. Muslims dedicate to religion the blind, the sick, the declining or waning. Those that are blessed with beautiful faces, sharp minds, and healthy bodies are not sent to join Allah's ranks. I fear that the level of health amongst our nation will improve to such an extent that we would not find anyone who will study Islam. Psyche, this is really sad. I'll leave us to ponder over this. This is indeed what is going on in the society. In fact, it has gone to the extent that those that teach the Quran or the Islamic, those that teach us Islamic studies and stuff like that are looked down upon. They are considered poor. Nobody respects them. In fact, the Islamic institution itself, nobody respects it. Nobody bothers. You see children that their parents pay millions for Western education, but if you hear if it comes to the Islamic education, they will not even be bothered to pay. In fact, they will shouting 10,000 naira is too much. Such is the value we have now given. Ah, ya Allah, guide us. Thank you very much for listening to this point. I remain Hawali, and I would love for you to follow, subscribe, and leave a comment. Bye. See you in my next video.